In this video, I'll explain what priming is and how people are constantly using it to manipulate you subconsciously or deliberately. Priming is a psychological term and it can be defined in many ways, but the shortest and most accurate definition, in my opinion, goes something like this. It is a technique in which the introduction of one stimulus influences how people respond to subsequent stimuli. Now, what does that mean? Let's take an example. I'm going to say some words and then I'm going to ask you a question. Yellow, tropical, palm. Now, if I were to ask you to mention a fruit right now, you would probably say banana. That's obvious. This has to do with the way the mind works in associations. The mind is, or the brain at least, is an associative machine, quote unquote. Now, this was probably not a surprise to you, but how about this fact? Now, if I just said yellow, 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 or even if I hadn't said yellow, if this wall behind me was yellow, and then after watching this video, you entered a room and someone had a ball of fruit and offered you to take any piece of fruit that you want. And even though this ball would be filled with pears and apples and peaches and bananas, you would be, statistically speaking, you'd be more inclined to choose the banana. Now, this gives us some clues as to who uses this technique and how they use it. Marketing agencies, online and in the physical world, are very much aware of this. They know that priming works and they also know how it works and they use it all the time. Now, if you start noticing, you will quickly realize that these people are really trying to prime me. Now, there are many specific subgenres, subtypes of priming, but I'm just going to go over a few of them and the most crucial ones in this video. So here's an example of how it actually works. Now just lean back and enjoy the ride. Happiness, life, smoking. Did you feel like buying a pack of cigarettes? Now let's reset and try this again. Smoking kills. Now, the image you're looking at right now is exactly the same image you just looked at a minute ago, but depending on how we frame it, because you saw all these nice priming, like just positive emotion priming, and of course the music as well, led to you having a positive feeling about this cigarette, probably, I'm guessing. And in the same manner, by showing you all these disgusting, shocking, horrible photos of sick people, old people, dying people, surgery, etc., we can frame it, and the music as well, we can frame the cigarette as Satan itself, almost. That's how priming works. So we're starting to see why advertising companies show you a person in a hammock on a tropical bounty island or something like that when they want you to buy a lottery ticket. You are subconsciously being primed to think that lottery tickets equals this paradise island. Another category of priming is called conceptual priming. That has to do with our brain placing different words and concepts in the same overall category. Now, an example could be cat and mouse, but another example could of course be cat, dog, hamster, and you would obviously understand that this category would be domesticated pets or something like that. Now, one of my good friends has a pillow on his couch that says discipline equals freedom. It's a huge pillow and you can't really miss it. But again, even though he's not looking at it all the time, he is deliberately trying to prime his subconscious mind, his own subconscious mind, to compare these two concepts so they ultimately fall in the same category. In other words, he will understand that by exerting discipline, having self-discipline, he will achieve freedom, or at least that's how he chooses to prime himself. But there are so many ways in which priming works. For instance, numbers. If someone says $10,000, $12,000, $20,000, and then they try to sell you a product or a service, and turns out it's only $900, you're much more inclined to think, oh, that's cheap, because you've been primed to think in high numbers. So that's just another example of how priming works. Now, this is the first video in a series of 3 videos on priming. The other 2 videos, I'm going to link to them above or below this video. The other 2 videos are about how you can use priming to manipulate others. And this last video is about how you can use priming to manipulate yourself. This channel is about success, but it's also about giving you concrete, tangible tools that you can use to achieve financial success. Also, please check out my new book, Spiritual Capitalism. There's an audiobook and there's a paperback book, and I'm leaving links for both of those below this video. Also, please subscribe to this channel, become a spiritual capitalist. Why not press the little bell icon as well? It has enormous value to me and it's completely free to you. And I promise you, if you have big dreams, you will benefit from it. Until next time, thanks for watching. Cheers.